All right, today begins my 100 videos in 100 days challenge. It's off to a rough start. For about an hour now, I've been trying to get this microphone, camera, everything to work. Um, I recorded a video. Probably good that it didn't record because I rambled. Probably felt like 20 minutes. Um, Long story short is this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I keep putting it off for just the fear of what is people going to say when they see it. What am I going to talk about? Am I going to stick to it? Just anything and everything, all the self doubt, everything coming in. But recently, I seen Miles Beckler post that he did his 90 videos in 90-day challenge, which was like 7 or 8 years ago, and I remember kind of watching him go through that in the beginning. And then I seen Danny Miranda posted on Twitter. He's doing 100 videos in 100 days. I was like, you know what? Like, maybe this is a sign. And then my YouTube feed is nothing but videos of Just Start, um, uh, how YouTube changed my life, all these different things. So it's like, you know what? Like, this is the universe speaking to me. Like, I'm going to go ahead and just do it now. I made up my mind today that I was going to get this video out tonight. Um, I had a whole page full of notes of all these different things I wanted to tell you. But I figure one, nobody's probably going to watch it. Two, I don't know if you even care. But I guess if you're still here, a little about me. My name is Josh Blackburn. Um, I'm 40 years old now. I started online back in 2010 or 2012. Um, just working, trying to figure out how to make money online, side hustle. Started building HTML sites with AdSense, running Google ads to ClickBank offers like hemorrhoid cream. I told my 12-year-old son, 11-year-old son this the other day. He got a kick out of that. I used to download YouTube videos and re-upload them to my own channels. And back then, you could get away with monetizing them. So I made a few bucks a day doing that. So just tons of different hustles. You know, Worked jobs growing up washing cars or cutting grass, and had a job since I was like 15. So just always been just trying to make money, just trying to hustle. Wanted to figure out the internet thing. Didn't have a lot of success, and figured like, hey, you know what? I probably could have more success if I sold my own products. If I had an e-commerce site. This is back like Yahoo. Some of you might not even know Yahoo now, but Yahoo had their own e-commerce site, right? And I don't even like WordPress was coming out, or I just started to learn about WordPress then. Long story short, I found a supplement distributor that would drop ship the products. They give you a XML feed, give you thousands of products. You could be up and running. I didn't have a lot of money, so I hired a developer overseas off of Elance. Elance, which then later like became Odesk, which now all of that is Upwork, which is a freelance website you can hire people to do anything you could imagine. Um, what felt like months, and time was all said and done. I was out a few $1,000s. I had a site that didn't work. Checkout didn't work properly. It was terrible. The supplement distributor tells me that, hey, we have a stateside company you can work with for $5,000, and they can build you a store, get all the products loaded, everything's going to be great, like it's going to work. And I'm like, okay, so I had a car, I had the title on the Tahoe, took it down, got a title on, $5,000, got the website built, we're up and we're running. I thought, hey, if you build it, they will come. Nobody came, no sales. It was crickets, nothing. Um, I had started my own YouTube channel doing supplement reviews, like workouts. This was back, I think a lot of the fitness guys, Matt Ogus, was it Chris Lovato, and then there was the Physiques of Greatness, Chris Jones and Vincent Garza. They were in Dallas. I'm around Houston, and I'm catching up with them online, sending them a couple $100 worth of supplements. They do an unboxing video, open it on their YouTube, and I don't know. I mean, I don't remember how big their channel was at this time. I mean, pretty decent size. They were doing pretty good. Um, Ended up getting thousands of dollars in orders. I think close to around $5,000. I believe I could be wrong. A long time ago, but after all said and done, I was selling the prices so cheap, and after paying all the UPS fees and hosting fees and everything else I had to pay, I think only made like a couple $100, you know, and I'm like, man, this is way too much, not worth it. I had found internet marketing forums, Wikidfire, Black Hat World. Started trying to learn like SEO, go down that rabbit hole so I could get traffic. Because there's two things you're always going to need. You're always going to need traffic and an offer. You know, whether that's you're paying for traffic through ads or organic social or YouTube or social media. And then if you're an affiliate promoting somebody else's product, or if you own your own product, or you know you're a distributor, wholesale, however you want to do it. But you're always going to need traffic in a product to make money online. So I got sidetracked. Okay, so I started trying to learn SEO so I could get traffic. Right, I had the products, all the supplements, so I'm trying to get traffic. Um, then I started learning about affiliate marketing, where hey, I can get paid to promote other people's products. I don't have to do shipping, customer service, none of that. So I go down this rabbit hole of affiliate marketing, trying to figure that out. A few $100 here or there. Finally, start to kind of figure it out. Meet some people, uh, you know, take a course or two, and then just get a lot of some insight from some really cool people. And like, okay, everything finally starts to click. I'm building this website. I ended up getting another job working in refineries, working 84 hours a week. So I was gone weeks and months at a time, living out of a camper. So after work, you know, my wife and kids were home, so I was like, it was just me. Hit the gym a few times a week, and then I would just work all night on my website. And it got to the point where it started growing a few thousand a month, you know, and then we get to 3, 4, 5,000 a month. We got up to around $7,000 a month. You know, this was around 2017, 18. So for a few years, like, okay, hey, this is making a decent little income. Things are going well. You know, I built a little bit of team, helped me with link building, content, a lot of writers, stuff like that. So I decided it was time. I was going to go ahead and sell the site, take some cash off the table. I knew a guy, so he wanted to buy the site. He had sold the site, so it was like no brokers, quick, you know. So I ended up selling that site for $160,000, and didn't do the best thing with it. Right, I ended up like buying my wife a new car. I paid cash, and you know, I wish I would have invested more money, right? But we live, we learn. I was actually buying a house in Missouri. I was in contract. I think it was like $50,000 or so, and I think it was going to cash flow like I don't know 250, 350 a month, something like that. So I was in contract, and then COVID's coming. And then I'm like, okay, I'm working in the refineries. You know, the gas engine, I just don't see this is going to go real well, right? If they shut the world down, people aren't driving, the refineries aren't going to be running. So I ended up backing out of that deal. The realtor, she sold the contract to somebody else, and I think it cost me like $500. Got out of that deal, and then sure enough, they were doing layoffs at work. I ended up volunteering. Still had some money in the bank. I'm like, hey, I'm going to volunteer. I had another site I was working on, hunting, fishing site, and it started growing like 30% month over month, revenue, traffic. So I'm getting like a few $1,000s a month. I'm like, hey, at this pace, like, you know, and a little bit of money, like I'm going to grow this bigger. I'm going to flip it for another, you know, $100,000, $200,000. Like, you know, things are going to be good. Things weren't so good, right? I just wasn't executing. Uh, I just wasn't doing what I needed to do. I kind of just felt lost. I felt like maybe I did need a break, but then it's just I got a little bit lazier. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to go back to work, find a job, and I'm going to use my SEO skills that I learned. You know, I'd gotten pretty good at SEO. I'm going to go find a job, see what that's about. Like, just go work some SEO places and learn, see what I can learn. End up applying like 20 something places. Got a couple interviews. Nobody would call me back. Other than that, the few interviews, I didn't have a college education. I had no traditional experience. Super tough to find a job, which makes no sense, right? Like, I had a good track record, like building my own sites, ranking sites. I knew what needed to be done. Finally found an agency that would take a chance on me, and got in there. It was a local SEO agency for personal injury lawyers. So super competitive. At this time, I had not done local SEO, so it was a cool experience to see that what I had learned from my own stuff, affiliate marketing, like at the national level, I could apply it to there. I could see success. I was ranking clients number one. I think I ended up having like 18 clients or so, but did good there. I was there for 9 months to a year. Somebody reached out to me like, hey, company I'm working for, they're hiring. They need a SEO if you're interested. Ended up looking into it. It was a little bit more money, actually quite a bit. When I took the agency job, I took quite a bit of pay cut from the oil industry, and just to get my foot in the door, learn. So then I used that to step over here to this other company, who is a large publisher, had thousands of sites. They do multi 9 figures a year, and they're in the gambling niche. So I was like, hey man, this is gonna be awesome. Like, these guys are affiliate marketers. Like, they're big time. I can really probably learn a lot here, right? And I did. Very super talented people there. The site I was working on was massive. I came in. Yeah, they were working on a migration. Had like about 1 million pages. Working on migrating that site, so I got to get in there and help and learn a lot there, which was a very cool experience. Stayed there for a while. Ended up moving up to the director level, getting a team of like 12. Content and media and social, and the company had been around. The site I was working on was like 20 years old, but it was still kind of new, and they're kind of trying to grow this team for this site and like build the brand up. So it was a very cool experience. Grateful I got to be a part of it. But then as I started spending like 30 hours a week in meetings, and it's just, I wasn't in the trenches. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. It just started kind of losing, I guess, my desire for SEO, like my passion, I guess, for SEO. I had a site I was building in the home niche, and it was doing okay, kind of growing. I was like, hey, I thought this was going to be something I could go into a big site and eventually flip it again. And around trying to think what year it was. I guess it was probably 2022. There was one of the updates came and ended up wiping my site out. And rightfully so. Hindsight looking back, like, yeah, the site deserved to get wiped out. I wasn't putting a lot of time and effort into it. I was outsourcing a ton. My main focus was on my job and working. End up the fall of 2022. So like November 22, I guess I ended up quitting that job, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do, figure out what's next. I had applied for a job, just because, like, pretty chill company, software, WordPress plugin. So I was like, hey, this is just, again, it's like I just wanted to see each side of like SEO, from local to enterprise, right? The gambling company was enterprise, a site that large, and then this here is doing e-commerce and then software. So it just allows me to see all these different sides of SEO and just kind of get a little taste of everything. Well, they end up calling back, offering me the job. It's pretty good money, super low key, only 2 hours a week in meetings. So I took it, and I worked there for quite some time, just over a year and a half or so. Had a lot of success. We grew the company. I got to experience, like, with Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads. So got to get exposed to some other things. I kind of had a little bit of budget and just got to test a lot of different stuff out. So it was a good experience. Got to play with, like, more email marketing and things I hadn't done a lot of in the past. And I guess the one thing I really took away from here is owning your own product, whereas the other company was affiliate, right? Or the agency is like the clients kind of own you. And then the affiliate, right, if something happens, they change the offer, and then it's like, hey, if you own the product, you just have more control over everything. Of course, the customers, right, there's a lot there, but I don't know, great experience. So then, I guess July of last year, my wife, we were looking for her for a storefront. She was baking out of the house. She bakes cheesecakes. She's been doing it for a few years. She had outgrown her capacity for a single oven. We put in a double oven. I think she's doing good. I think she's staying busy. We live in a rural town. I think 7,000, 9,000 people. Not a lot of options here. So we just can't find anything. And then she sees his business for sale, and we're like, it's a Herbalife tea shop. Like, hey, we don't drink this. I'm not a fan of the product. Like, I'm not too interested. I was like, all right, fine. You know what? You want to look at it? We'll go look at it. and she ended up having the lease on the spot next door. I'm like, wait a minute, now that, like, it's a pretty good strip center in town. Like, hey, we could put your bakery in there. So we ended up buying it. On paper, things looked good. On the tea side, um, after getting in, it was a mess. Terrible deal. Nothing was what it should have been. What we were told, and my fault, right? I dropped the ball. Great learning lesson. Trying to build out any construction in city limits, that's a whole nother video topic there. I mean, what a pain. Took way longer than it should have. Finally, we get it done. We get it open. Like, hey, things are doing really good. We get her going. Um, she tells me, hey, why don't you turn this into a supplement store, smoothie shop, kind of what you want. So that's like what I'm in the process of doing, bringing in supplements, trying to grow that. Um, but then here we are, right? It's like I've always had the desire to do the YouTube. I wanted to give it a shot, so I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm gonna do the 100 days, 100 video challenge. But then to kind of sweeten the deal, it's retail's tough. It's a roller coaster, and right now it's not the best. So it's like, hey, you know what? Like, and maybe this isn't the best idea. Maybe I should focus 100% on this, right? Like, I'm building an e-commerce site for the store. But for whatever reason, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna try and side hustle and make some other money here, where they have traffic, right? Which is Amazon. So my goal is, while I'm running this 100 video 100 day challenge, and to give me things to talk about to try to make it more appealing than me sitting here rambling for 20 minutes in front of the camera, is to get to $3,000 a month profit, side hustling. And my two options that I'm mainly going to be I want to focus on is Amazon FBA arbitrage and Amazon influencer program. So I've had an Amazon selling account since like 2015. Back with the old fitness site I sold, I did private labeled a couple products back then. So I've had it. I've done some arbitrage before. I think a couple years ago. I really dove into it and kind of ran up a little bit, but it was only a few months. And again, I was focused on that job at the large company. And then the Amazon influencer program, last year I got in. I was trying to grow a TikTok. I was like, hey, I'm going to do 30 TikToks, 30 days. I failed. I didn't stick with it. But I did enough to get qualified for the Amazon influencer program. But then I didn't shoot any videos, right? It's just been sitting there. I made like maybe $7 or $10 since sometime last year off of the 3 initial videos that I had to do to get in. But so now I think I'm at like 12 videos right now. Let's see. Okay, 13 videos. So I got 13 videos right now that I've put up like in the last week or so. So the goal this month is to get around 100 so videos up. So I'm going to be working on that. My Amazon selling account was deactivated. I got it reactivated. I got to work on getting ungated again in Nike. We're going to dive into all that. So we're coming up on 20 minutes here. So I've just been rambling. I'm assuming nobody's going to make it this far. Nobody's even going to watch this video. But if you did watch it, leave a comment below if you got any questions. So here's what's going on, right? So it's 100 videos, 100 days. I'm going to build side hustle to $3,000 a month profit, or hopefully beyond, just for some diversity for income. And I really don't feel like going to get a job. I don't want to go back to work for somebody else. So I want to do my own thing. I know there's a lot of things I need to improve, like with time management, stuff like that. And I'm going to do it. And if you want to do it with me, you know, if you ever want to start your channel, like, why haven't you started? Start today, right? Or, you know, it's 10:20 my time. I don't know what time it is your time. Start tomorrow, right? But just go for it, man. Like, I had a long list of things I wanted to say here, and I was like, yeah, it's too long. It's going to be too long. But I just kept rambling. I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to upload it because I'm ready for bed. And we're going to keep going, right? I know that if I stay this course, video 100 is going to be much better than this video. It's going to be more polished. My presentation is going to be better. My speaking, my cadence, everything is going to be better. So for you as well, right? If you just start now, like, what's going to happen, right? Nothing. You know, the worst thing is you didn't make it. You get 5 videos in, 10 videos in, but then you say, you know what? those were better than the last one. So I'm gonna keep going again. So come on, you know what I mean? Like we can all do this together. So if you wanna join along, leave a comment below, and let's get after it. I'll see you tomorrow.